The feeling that you got me covered too. I got you covered. I got you covered.
Hi, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Trying to upload something because I want you all to hear it. So if I'm speaking, just give me 1 second. Welcome everybody in, especially those coming from the Tuber Chat family. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Kevin, so much. We appreciate it. And thought it was kind of fitting that our topic tonight was talking about connection and why Christmas, especially at Christmas time, we want to make sure that we're connected with each other. And I think it did get loaded up so I can play that. I'm kind of excited for you all to hear that. I have a special message from Scott. It did. So I can. No, I don't want to do that. Don't want to end the stream, that's for sure. Just want to get myself extra out of here because I'm in there. Anyway, I've got a special message from Scott, so we'll let people come in. Welcome if you're here. I just am so thankful for everybody that comes on in and supports Blessed to Crochet and supports other channels too, because that's what it's all about, right? We're here to support each other and help each other grow, and so appreciative. And I know at some point tonight, Mr. Blessed to Crochet, hi, Creighton related. Hi, Jeremy. I know Blessed to Crochet at one time tonight is going to drop some memberships. He wants to sell you. Thank you all. If you all saw the trailer before you came in, you saw Scott Thompson's cookies, and I haven't uploaded yet our Christmas connection cookies. Hi, Kevin. How are you? Thank you so much. Our cookie connection that we're doing, haven't uploaded the cookie recipe tonight, but I will when we get off here. I feel much better today, much more rested. I literally was in bed by like 11 o'clock last night. Hi, Scratch and Pete. How are you? Hi, Greenland. How are you, Katie? How are you doing? But if you want to submit a cookie recipe, there's still time. There's an easy form there. Go check out our cookie recipes that have been submitted already. Great recipes. So thankful to everybody that has submitted a recipe. There are so many good ones that have happened and on our playlist. And what we try to attempt to do with that is make sure that you didn't need to have content on your channel to submit a playlist. What we want, or a cookie recipe, what we wanted to do was bring people in that may not have content on their channel, right? But they're like, oh, I've got a great cookie recipe and I want to make sure that I can submit that. So if you still have it, if you've got a story behind it or a picture, if you go look at some that are already done, they're really great. I've really enjoyed doing them. We have as well as the person gets to pick the song that they want with it. So that's been really special. There are some songs that we haven't heard before, right? Some songs I'm like, I didn't know that one existed. So not only was it kind of really neat that we got to upload the pictures or upload the cookie recipe with some pictures and some of the really cool stories behind it, whether it's a serious story or whether it's just this is a great cookie recipe, but also the pictures. Like if you go look at some of those shorts that come out, you will see, like my husband put up a couple cookie recipes. I was able to put one up of him and his mom, and we put up I Got You Covered with Scott Thompson. So we got the chocolate chips, I Got You Covered cookies, and the lifeboat cookies. So just a lot of fun, a virtual cookie exchange, which I really liked. If you all got to hear the cookie recipe we uploaded yesterday, which was I Got You Covered, there's a gentleman that does, Scott Thompson, does our intro, okay, and our outro. a portion of his music. He is like an uncle to me. Scott Thompson is blind. He's been blind since the day he was born. And he is like an uncle to me. So we recently got to talk to him because I found one of the only albums that he ever did, which was back in 1968. And I had that and lost it. Hi, hello, DC. How are you? I lost it. Right. And so we found it, and I was able to have Alfonso. All of us know Alfonso. So if you're not connected with him, great channel. And he was able to make sure that he put that album on a CD, and Scott was able to listen to it. And so he called us up, and he's just over the moon about it. And hi, Makeup, how are you? He was over the moon about it. And this was something I said to him, if you had a special message to be able to communicate to everybody, what would it be? And this is what I was able to put together that he wanted to make sure you all heard. So I'm going to take a moment before we really get into connection and have you hear from Scott himself what getting his music out there. I only have about 20 songs of his, but at least some of his music is finally getting heard. And this is just in his own words, what it means to him.
Yeah, it is very important. I really, really hope that you do enjoy it, because there's a lot of need in every one of my numbers. Well, it means an awful lot that anybody hears my numbers, and I do appreciate that you guys take the time to listen to it, and I hope you'll spread it on, to other people to listen to, because I want my music to be heard.
I got you covered.
You always got me covered.
Yeah.
You really do.
Throughout my life have just made such an impact musically, and I have very fond memories of all the times that we came and saw you, and all the times we got together, and the prime rib and everything, and I love you.
Oh, I remember all that. I remember all those wonderful Sundays we spent with your family, and the movies we went to see together.
Yes. Like I said, you're like an uncle. I consider you Uncle Scott.
I appreciate that. Appreciate it very much. And you've always been so special. You've always been. And I hope you all have a super Merry Christmas. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
I got a feeling that you got me covered too. I got you covered. I got you covered.
So I hope you enjoyed that for a moment. That was in Scott's own words. He wanted to make sure that he lets you know. And that little end is his song, I Got You Covered, was not written for me, but I sure adopted it as my song. And then, of course, we have the wonderful song, So Proud to Be Me. So anyway, he just wanted to relay that to you all, how special it is that his music's being heard. He's now in his 70s. He's had an injury about 10 years ago, so he's unable to play, but at least I'm able to get his music out. And he was very, very much said to me, you know what, if I entrust anybody with my music, it's going to be you, because I'm his number one fan. Hi, Ben. And he said, I know for a fact it's going to be done right, and it's going to be done with respect, and it's not going to be done any other way. Be looking out at a video. I'm going to sing. I can't sing for nothing, but right, I'm going to give it a try. Gail Southern Living is doing a wonderful singing challenge, and there's a song by Scott that I'm going to sing. And I told him that, and I said, I know I can't hold a candle to you. And he said, I can't wait to hear you sing my song. He said, that will be such a great honor. So I wanted to take a moment. Hi, Just Jason Keto. I wanted to take a moment and let you all think about connection. Hi, New Horizons, connections. I really wanted you to think about this. And I think that this was so fitting that I just happened to say something to Kevin, and he got everybody over here, because everybody may look at the name crochet and think, oh, this is a crochet channel. It is not a crochet channel. We say we're blessed to crochet. What are you blessed to do? You're blessed to do something, right? You're blessed, whatever it may be. We have the niche of connection, which means we can do recipes. We can do, like tomorrow, we're doing with Crafty Witch. We've got her channel going to be co-streaming with her as we're doing a really fun project. So if you want to do that and hang around, I will give you the supplies list at the end that you need. But you can also look at our community tab and participate while we're doing that live. It's a busted canvas. We're going to be doing 3, and we haven't told each other what we're going to do yet, what our themes are. So it'll be neat to see what hers are and neat to see what mine are. Hi, Sunrise Dawn. How are you? But I just wanted to say this. Connection may seem like it's something that is not important. For myself, it was life-changing last year. And I mean that very sincerely. It was because of the lifeboat that I literally had the connections and I started to realize how important it was. I was going through a very difficult time. At that time, my aunt was being diagnosed with stage 4 liver and lung cancer. She is now under hospice at this point and has 6 months left to live. And that's all up to God. I'm letting God take the reins of that one. I'm just loving her while she's here. But at the same time, I'm doing good, Dawn. At the same time, we also had a situation where another family member decided that they don't want to talk to us during a crisis in our family, which was very difficult to disconnect with that. And then my dad and my grandfather were both left this world on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So it's a very difficult time of year for me. And there was somebody from a channel, the Lifeboat, that literally came in, and she's like a sister to me, all the way in a different country from Australia, through this thing we call YouTube, right? And we became dear friends, and she really helped me during a difficult time because Australia has a different time zone. So sometimes when everybody was asleep and I needed to talk, she was there. So, you know what happened in the process of all that? Hi, Crocheting, how are you? What in the process of all this, you know what happened is I started listening to Tommy, which is one of the people that runs the Lifeboat. He said, if you have something to say, hit that red button. Oh, that's exactly what we did. I don't get any of the monetization. I send that over to Mama. This is her channel. And I said, just give me the ability to connect with people. That's all I want. To me, that's an amazing gift in itself. And she said to me, that's fine. So she gets any of the things. It's never expected and is always appreciated. It does help this channel grow a little bit. But again, it's never anything that we ever expect. We're just thankful everybody is here. We're thankful for everybody that subscribes and participates. But with that being said, I needed the connection. I have a gift of gab. Have you all figured that out yet? Because if you haven't, you missed the boat. And I needed a place to use me and be able to talk. I needed it. And I found YouTube as the way for me to be able to do that. So with that name after this next year, I want to challenge all the people, whether you're somebody that's putting content on your channel or not. If you think of Facebook as your way of hitting that ask a friend, they consider their pages. Whether you have content on your channel, you still have a channel under YouTube. Okay. And so whether you're putting up content or not, that's the way people can connect by hitting that subscribe button. It's really, really important, especially for the channels that are putting up content, right? Well, Crate and Rate, you'll have to come in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern and watch Crafty and I. I will give you what you need for the supplies if you want to run out to Dollar Tree tomorrow and grab them and craft along with us. I will let you know exactly what you need to do that, and it is on our community tab. But I believe that when we take this next year, if we can take this next year, and don't look at a channel's name. And if you came across my channel, or my mom's channel, you say, oh, they crochet. I don't crochet. But if you go and investigate their channel, you may realize this has nothing to do with crochet. It has everything to do with connecting and building community. And there's a whole variety of things we do on our channel. Sometimes we talk about crochet, but it was not something that ever excited me to show you how to do a single crochet. I can send you places to show you how to crochet. It wasn't going to be this girl. So with that being said, I want you to start thinking a little bit differently about looking at the channel itself first and maybe the name a little bit later. And I want you to think of it this way, right? I want you to think of the community tab of a YouTube channel as the brain. Okay? That may seem a little funny to look at that, but if you go look at the YouTube community channel, you're going to get an idea of what that channel is about if they're using their community channel. Depending on the level they're using, you're going to get an idea. We try, and we've kind of gotten off the beaten track because there's been a lot going on in December, but we're going to get back on it. We do a channel shout out every solitary day on our channel. We try to shout out a channel. We try to do it because I remember how much a shout out meant to me and our channel and my mom's channel when we were tiny. So we try to do our very best to shout out a channel. We find channels, we shout it out, especially ones that we subscribe to, especially ones that are in the Tuber Chat family, the Lifeboat family, all those kind of things. Interpedes, how are you? I hope I said that right. Yeah, I'm getting to be totally different things on my channel next year, but there will be a live stream and other things happening on the channel. That's awesome. So if you think about the community tab as the brain, okay, you can get an idea of what they're thinking, what they're doing. Are they there helping to support other channels? Are they there doing this? Are they there doing that? If you start looking at their community tabs on people's channels, you'll find out that that's going to actually come in your feed on a more regular basis because you're looking at it. I look at the community tab as kind of the lamp that your grandmother your aunt gave you, and it just goes in the corner and you have it. So if she ever comes over, she sees it. We don't often go to the community tab and hit that thumbs up button and comment, but it does help, right? When we can go ahead and do that. I'm trying to do many things at once, so I'll be in and out of chat. That's fine, Ben. I appreciate you being here. If we think about the live streams as the heart of the channel, that's where the connection comes. And I've often said this because I've seen it happen. The connection doesn't happen in the chat or behind the mic. It happens with you all in the chat. That's where you start making friendships. That's where you start connecting. That's where things happen and people say things and lift people up and have that peer support. And that's why this channel is in existence. So exactly why I feel like the live streams are the heart of the channel. The videos and the those kind of things, I think those are the arms and legs, right? Those what helps to keep the channel kind of moving a little bit. Those are the things sometimes people see. They don't always participate in the live streams, but it's kind of, hi Hedgie, how are you? That's kind of, hi Bud Files. That's kind of, to me, the arms and legs. The jewelry, the hat, the jewelry, the shoes, and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, guess what? They're the shorts of the channel. All of those things work together, just like our bodies wouldn't, don't work as well if we don't, there's people that walk around with our arms and legs and they do it wonderfully. And, they modify their body to be able to do that. But I'm trying to say it's just looking at it at whole, right? We work better when, we've got things kind of moving, all in one piece, if we think about it that way. So if we think about it that way, I'm going to challenge you all this next year to start looking at channels, not necessarily their name, but going to their community tab, their live streams. Are they doing live streams? Their videos, and then their shorts. All right. It's really, really important because community and building connection, people think you can't do it on these things. Yes, you can. I deal, and I am a fibromyalgia warrior and survivor. I survive every single day. And there's days where I hurt a lot. And there's days where getting out of the house is not going to be a thing. And when I can't get out of the house, I have, and we're going to talk about this week or sometime before Christmas comes, is can you have a chosen family? Yes, you can. I have a wonderful support family in my husband and my mother and my daughter and my son-in-law and all of his family, right? But I do believe that you can also have a chosen family. I have sisters and brothers in ways I didn't have it. I'm an only child. My dad's not here anymore. My mom's not going to have any more children, I don't think, at her age. But I have built brothers and sisters and friendships that when I'm really struggling, they're here. And during the Christmas season, guys, this can be a really hard time for some people. And we can all come together as a connection and as a community. Just think what Tuber Chat, there's a lot of Tuber Chat family in here. Look what Tuber Chat has built. He's built something so that people are coming to help each other, right? My goal and my mom's goal when we started kind of putting up content on this channel was that nobody needed to suffer by themselves. I told the story. I'm hopefully going to go without tears through it. But when I remember, I didn't have this when I was raising my daughter with autism. I remember specifically when my dad, who had dementia for the last 7 years of his life, looked at me and didn't remember my name. And I had to keep it together. And I went home and I fell apart, of course, with my husband. I didn't want my daughter to see it. I prayed that God would forget, that my dad would forget my name first, because I could understand it in a way my daughter couldn't at the time. But I can tell you that being able to have a place like this, or having the lifeboat or other channels to go to and say, guys, I'm having a really rough day. Today was really hard. And then being able to lift me up, man, that's awesome. And when we have our wins, we pull out, I'm telling you, it's not my proudest crochet moment, but it's been one that we've kept. You like games and science? We pull out Floppy. Okay. The reason it's called Floppy is because, but I couldn't get rid of it because everybody in the lifeboat loved it. But this is Floppy Trophy, right? And so when Floppy Trophy's out, right, it means that somebody's had a win. We need to celebrate wins, right? We need to celebrate when somebody's had a victory, when somebody's gotten that 500 subscribers, or they've gotten monetized, or they've won it this today, or won it that, or whatever it is. Even if it's nothing on YouTube, we still need to celebrate it. When we have a birthday within our channel, that's okay. We have a birthday in our channel, we raise a cupcake. These are actually in our merch store. Great for content creators if they want to raise a cupcake to somebody for their birthday. We raise a cupcake. It's important when it's your birthday, and we want you to know that, right? So we are celebrating things, but if somebody comes in here and says, listen, I've had a really rough day, I can guarantee you there's people within my chat that are going to be here, and it can be debilitating. Absolutely. There's going to be people here that are going to come in and sit there and say, I'm here. If you see ones dropped within the chat, that is something that was done through the lifeboat. That means that we are praying for you. We care. We're sending good vibes, whatever it may be, right? We're doing something to say hello. We're doing something to say we're here. Nobody needs to suffer in silence, and nobody needs to be by themselves. That is why there has been, and it has not been easy for this girl here. It's not something I can do for an extended period of time. I really wish I could. I can't physically do it. We have done a live every solitary day of December, and we have done it, right? Thanks, Dawn. We have done it because we knew it was something that was needed in the month of December. We realized the more content we can put up for you guys, the more lives we can put up for you when things were going to be hard, or whatever they were going to be, you were going to have some place to go. Is it simple as crafting with a friend tomorrow, or Thursday, we're going to be wrapping some Christmas gifts. I've already told the kids or people that are getting the Christmas gifts, you can't watch that live. You can't see it, right? We're going to watch Christmas, or we're going to wrap Christmas gifts. I have planned to talk about what if it's not a picture perfect Christmas on Monday. Well, plans didn't all come together, so I couldn't do the topic I wanted to do. We're going to talk about it Friday. We're going to put out a bean recipe for you all to have as a last minute Christmas gift. We're going to give you our sand art brownie recipe. We've got things in the works, but You're turning 30 on the 28th. Well, you'll have to stop back here on the 28th because there will be a live stream and remind me, and we'll raise the cupcake. And Scott has a song that we put up when people's birthday hits, and it's a little birthday song. He actually did it for his mom. So I really want you to think about the fact that this does not replace the bonfires. It doesn't replace the bonfires. It doesn't replace the going out to your community and getting involved within your community. It doesn't replace going to your church and getting involved within your community and within your church. But when you're having a day like I deal with, or a day when you're not going out, depending on the weather and everything as winter comes, right? You can rely on channels like this that are providing the live stream community happening. They're there. And like Crate is saying, both my children have autism too. I get it. I've done it. I have a beautiful, beautiful daughter. She is married, which I never thought was going to happen. I'm very thankful, but it was a struggle. And I can tell you that when I was struggling, I didn't have a place like this. I remember sitting with a friend of mine on a couch, and this was probably about, 15 years ago, something like that. And we were trying to figure out how to use the selfie stick, and it wasn't working like I wanted it to. She was having fun, but we were laughing so much. And I remember getting into the car and crying about it. And I thought, why am I crying? And I thought, I don't remember the last time I sat on the couch and laughed. Because when you have a child with autism, you may not have somebody that's going to stick around. They don't understand it. They don't get it. They don't, Yep. And Ben says, I have autism too. Totally understand it. They don't get it. I never had a friend during any of my daughter's raising that came to me and said, oh, can I take you out to lunch? I don't understand this, but can you explain this to me? So I'm here as somebody who has, raised a child with autism, dealt with a father with dementia. I deal with using food as a wonderful way to hide emotions. It don't work, but I do it. I have to watch that about me. I've dealt with people with drugs and alcohol in my family. I've had history with that. I haven't done that, but I've watched it. I've dealt with an abusive marriage. I've dealt with being a single mother. So all of those things I think are valuable things to be able to tell you all and be able to communicate to you all. And I hope that we can, but the community, I think people don't realize the importance of it. I don't think they realize the importance of how you can really change somebody's life. Hi, Rushing Wind. I don't believe you've realized how much you can change somebody's life. It did for me, because I had this old tape running through my head, and it's not running through anymore, but it used to run through like crazy, right? And I said nobody wanted to be my friend. Well, that was a lie. That was an ant. And I have fought very hard this year to make that go away. It doesn't exist. Every once in a while it'll creep up this little ugly head, but not too often, right? And I'm thrilled to death that I can sit here and say I've got friends. I know that that's not something that I have sticking in my head, but it can at times if I don't watch it. I'll sit here and I'll say I'm Scott's number one fan. Guess what? I'm your number one fan. I want to hear when you come in and say, listen, I'm struggling today. And I want to hear when you come in and say, listen, I had a win today. Let's celebrate our wins and let's come beside each other when we're struggling, right? It's all there. And it's there when we can do it. And I know everybody cannot be here for every live stream. I know it. I totally understand it. But when we can, let's be here to support each other. And you can do it through this crazy thing we call YouTube. YouTube is not just some place for videos. It is some place to be here to build a community. And we can do that right? We can do it if we all just come together. And I think it is so important, especially during the holiday season. It is really important that when we can do that, we do it. And there's just so many amazing channels out there. There really is. And I think it's growing. I think YouTube is realizing the importance of this thing we call, the importance of really realizing that community exists and it happens, and we can I think they're realizing the power behind the communities, and seeing it being built, and seeing it come together, and seeing it happen. I really do believe that in everything that I'm seeing. Their dad walked out 6 years ago, so raising 2 children with autism and disabled myself, it is tough. Which is why my outlet is become YouTube. I think that is awesome. I really, really do. And we are here. If there's anything that we can help you with, please email us. That to me is why we're here. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I'm really sorry right here for that. I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but I'm thankful that you feel like you have a place through YouTube, right? That trying to figure out how to do something. Hold on a second. That you feel like you have a place to come to so that you can talk and you can connect, right? It is just so important. I'm trying to see why I can't do what I want to do, because somebody wanted to do something for somebody. And I want the magic to happen. And even Sandy Wandy, who is just a faithful moderator, I am so thankful for all of the moderators on my channel. They are such a blessing. They are such a tremendous blessing, and I'm so thankful. Understand why? Hold on a second. I'm trying to see. I am trying to see something, because I should be able to do this. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm seeing. Hi Rose, how are you? I saw your website the other day. I want you to know I did check that out. Things have been, maybe I need to look at it underneath this. I'm managing that. That's why. I did check it out, Rose, and again, welcome. I did give it a check out, but I know that Mr. Blester Crochet, which is my husband, wanted to make sure that he did something. He wanted to extend a thank you to all of you amazing people, and make sure that you realized how amazing you were. This is his Christmas gift to this tremendous YouTube community. He wanted to make sure he did that, and he said to me, you've got to do that. So he's doing this tonight for you all. If you are a member, just a side note, if you are a member, there is 2 members only videos, which we don't do many of that. We do that only during Christmas as our way of thanking all our members. Again, it's never expected. Sorry, my nose is itching. It's never expected. It is appreciated when it happens, and we are grateful for it. But he just wanted to make sure that you all know how special you are, and how much he is so grateful that you have given his wife a place to talk. Hi, Anthony. How are you? He says, I've noticed a difference in you since you have been able to talk and get it out. So this was him. He said to me, "You've got to do this for me." And I love my husband, but he's not too much of the geek, the figuring out all the things. So he said, "Can you do it for me tonight?" So this is his gift to you all, just so you know, from my husband to you all. He wanted to give 10 memberships. Looks like Norma, Allison, 7th, Live for Now, Ace got one, Aquarius, Kim White, Two Real B Gaming got one, Mon got one, Judy got one. So those are all our Rockin' members, and you can thank Mr. Blessed Crochet for that, because he wanted to make sure that that happened for you all. He said, "You've got to do that for me tonight." So that was his gift to you. Merry Christmas from Mr. Blessed Crochet. He said, "What can I give your community and your mom's community?" And I said, "Well, I can tell you exactly what I know that they would like." So that was just him doing that today for you all. So you can thank him for that. I wanted to do that as your Christmas gift. So that was really nice. Yeah, well, I will tell him. Now, see, well, back Aquarius, you were gifted a membership. That was from my husband. My husband wanted to make sure that he, I've been working with yarn all throughout the afternoon, I think, up there. He wanted, he said, "What can I do?" He said, I want to give a gift to your community and the community that you have built. And not only are you helping me just being connected, but it goes to Mama. And he said, "I feel like I'll be giving to your community." And he said, "I'll be giving to Mama." And my Mama lives with us, so I can't be more grateful beyond belief. But that was him tonight. He is Mr. Blessed Crochet. If you see him, and he said, "That's what I'm going to do." He said, "I'm going to gift membership." So that was him. So if you're new, there are 2 members only videos that we will only do in the month of December, just to say thank you. We try very hard not to do any members only videos or members only lives throughout any other time, because we want everybody to come in. We want them to feel welcome. We want them to feel special. We want them to do what I say constantly, because I have an old computer. And for right now, should I knock on wood somewhere, right? Right now it's behaving itself. But sometimes it wants to act up a little bit. And when it does, sometimes you'll see me and you'll see me go away, right? And I constantly say, if you ever see Blessings Through Connection in the chat, that's also us. That's our other channel that eventually we'll get to build. What we're trying to do with that one is just put channels up there that we really like for you guys to go check out other channels. It's just a way of helping other channels grow things and channels that we really like. But the point of it is that we are trying very hard to make it all kind of come together and make it all happen. And so, sometimes if the computer decides to take me away for a moment, I say it constantly, the magic happens in the chat. It doesn't happen behind the mic. Those connections are what happens. How difficult is it, guys, when you're sitting there, and Crate probably knows what I'm talking about. Sometimes even the clothes on your skin that touch your skin hurt. Or you're just having a day you just cannot. The other day I was really tired. I went out, but I was really, really tired. And I actually went to bed at 11 and I slept for I don't know how long. Woke up going, did I even sleep? People don't understand that. And it's like, well, just go out and go talk to people and connect and everything. And that's like, that takes energy. And sometimes I don't have that energy. And sometimes the pain level is too high for me to do that. But I can come here. I can open up my home. I can go into other people's homes, right? And I can connect with them. This whole YouTube thing has entirely changed this girl's life. You will see on our wall we got a snowman. I'm an Elvis fan, and we're going to do some Elvis content next year. I'm an Elvis fan, so that's our mascot, Elvis, because I love snowmen. You will see that on our wall we have disco balls if I can get one that I can. We got disco balls, right? Disco balls is this. This is a saying that we have for our disco balls. Disco ball is a bunch of broken pieces. A disco ball is a bunch of broken pieces put on a ball to make a magical ball of light. You ain't broken, you're a disco ball. Hi, Brazy girl. How are you, darling? And that's very true. That's our saying. And we have disco balls we crochet, and we're going to be putting in the merch store. And that's what we have. I want everybody to realize how special they are. And I think that it's a perfect time. I'm going to put this video up. If anybody knows Jake Hudson, he does a song for Tuber Chat. He also did a song for us. One thing that I want you to watch, and I'll be on the little sideline if I can make it work. I want you to watch the video, right, that we did and we put together. And I want you to watch something. You will see that there's stuff from us. You'll see Mocha, which is my daughter's dog we're caring for right now. But you will see connection, 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 connect. As I was doing the video, I'm like, all floated with connection in it. Every bit. We were able to fill, if you see this ornament, wait, I'm backwards. This ornament right here, if I can get it, right here, that ornament, that's from Samaritan's Purse. We filled 2, which will be an annual tradition that we will put. Thank you, Brazy. We filled 2. They went to Guatemala, and we filled 2, and we hope we can fill 3 next year, but it will be an annual tradition. We filled 2 shoe boxes for Samaritan's Purse. And we were able to provide 2 boxes for little kids who may not get anything else underneath the tree. And my community helped make that happen. You're also going to see in the video, and I'm going to try not to cry. Sometimes I can't help it, guys. When my aunt, who's been diagnosed now under hospice for stage 4 liver and lung cancer, I did a thing called #OneLastHug. And one of her one last wishes to come up and see her family. She lives in Florida, to see her family before she leaves this world, which was my mom, myself, my daughter's husband, and that so on. This YouTube community made that happen. They all came together. One person had points on their ticket. Guess what? Guess what? They used their points to get her plane ticket, or part of her plane ticket. People donated money to make sure. You'll see my daughter and her aunt on a horse. They took a trail ride. Half of that was covered by our YouTube community from the money that was raised. You all got her here and gave us an unbelievable trip that I will remember for the rest of my life. Cancer cannot take away memories. The community that we have built helped to make that happen, and I can't say for anything, thank you all tremendously so much. Your community, especially around Christmas, is so important. Let's not forget it. I'm telling you guys, it doesn't change everything, but it certainly can help us get through this thing called life. So let's watch this little video that Jake did. I just think it is so appropriate for what we're kind of talking about tonight. And those that haven't seen it will be able to see it. At the end of the video, you're going to see a gentleman by the name of Tommy Scoville. He's the reason why this channel started. He has an amazing channel called The Lifeboat. And again, when we got monetized, he gave us that, you know what? I know you could do it. Well, guess what? I didn't think I could do it, but I'm thankful that we were able to do it. So let's take a moment and let's watch this video by Jake. He did a great job with the music.
We watch full monetized. Thank you.
Guys, sorry. Okay.
Needles in hand create the strands. Yarns and colors at my command. Blessed to crochet the magic land. Crafting dreams with every band. Hook and loop we twist and twine. Patterns dance we don't decline. A skein of wool, a pure gold mine. In this craft we brightly shine. Blessed to crochet we make it grand. From a single thread to something planned. Woven hearts in a magic strand. Join us tight in this vibrant band. Colors blended, a lively spree. Every stitch a symphony. Patterns flowing wild and free. With each row our spirits flee. Stars and blankets cozy warm. Wrapped in love against the storm. Each creation a new norm. In this world we're to transform. Blessed to crochet, we make it grand. From a single thread to something planned. Woven hearts in a magic strand. Join us tight in this vibrant band.
We watch full monetized. Thank you. You are fully monetized. How about that? Huh? Bless to crochet. Congratulations. How cool is that, everybody? Huh? That is so cool. Good for you. You know, never had a doubt. Never had a doubt. And I love the message. It's a beautiful, beautiful ripple that you're putting out into the world. I love that. I do. Couldn't be happier for you. Congratulations. That is awesome.
So I hope you all enjoyed that. I had to do that, but I hope you all saw a thread through that entire video. Connection, connection, connection. And Jake did a great job. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, go ahead and subscribe. Connection was filtered throughout that entire video. You've been loving the cookie exchange. I'm so glad to hear that. I've been loving to do it too. And we put that together. You know, I put that video together with Jake's song, and I thought, there's a theme. There's a run through this entire thing. It is connection, and it really can change things. And it may not help to change the situation, but it does change it. It changes your outlook. Changes your perspective when you're having a really rough day. And I love you right back, Brazy. I am so grateful for the connections that I have built on this channel. They are what helps me when my days are hard. And being somebody that deals with fibromyalgia, they're not easy. It is why I'd love to be able to go out and work a job. I can't. I'm unable to. I don't know what tomorrow was going to bring. And I wonder how many other people are kind of struggling with this. I've kind of been struggling a little bit with kind of having a difficulty with planning. I hadn't been able to, you know, I can get a planner out and show you it's blank. I don't do well with planners. I never have. But I'm going to figure out a system that's going to work for me with a chronic illness that I can't always plan and that sometimes decides it's going to take the higher road. And guess what? I don't know how many of you struggle with this. I do. When I get in it, when I start and it's cold outside, but it can be 90 out and I can literally be in the throes of a shiver and very cold. And when those start, they're very painful. I was told by somebody that, you know what, it's your body trying to fight the pain and trying to deal with it. And you know what? I'm so glad, Rose, to hear that. I am so glad. We're so glad you're here. And Rose is my daughter's middle name. So roses are my favorite. But I literally will start getting so cold. Socks go on, layers go on, 5 blankets go on. And I have to stop everything If I have plans to do A, B, and C, right, guess what? They all stop for the next hour to 2, because it can take that long for my body to finally warm up, the medicine to start to work correctly, for my body to warm up enough for me to stop shivering. And somebody said, your body's in pain and it's taking all the energy out of your body to fight the pain, so you're getting cold. So if I have a plan to do something that's A, and those start, guess what? Everything stops. And I have to put everything on the back burner. If I decide to have a wonderful migraine in the middle of the afternoon, guess what? Everything stops. So how do you go ahead and make plans when you're a chronic pain patient? I struggle. I've struggled with, schedules all my life. I always was 5 minutes late for work. It just, it was just me. I struggle with it. And Rose says I struggle with PTSD. My husband has that. I don't have that. I deal with anxiety. That's part of fibromyalgia. There are little things I do struggle with PTSD with, but we're going through counseling, which I can't say. I wish I'd done that a lot sooner in life. But I'm not saying that we, by having this and you coming into a live chat, is going to fix anything. In my way of thinking, and we try very hard, and I'm going to say this, I'm a believer. Hopefully you all know what that means. It's why we're doing this series, and I apologize. I need to do 16 and 17 tonight. I was exhausted last night. We're doing the Celebrate Advent Journal, so those who know exactly know. It's why we do our daily devotions and our Bible verses. We try to do that recorded. Now, next year we may do some live devotionals, but right now we're doing a lot of that stuff recorded. And the reason we do that is I'm not going to hide my belief underneath a bushel, but I also don't want to stop anybody else from coming in, because I'm a firm believer that, yes, I believe in the Bible, but it does need to be thumped over your head. I need to do what Jesus did and provide love and compassion and caring. If you want to learn about the other part, you can always reach out to us. If you have a prayer request, you can always email us. If you want to listen to devotions, you can. But I don't ever want it to stop anybody from coming in here, because I do not want anybody to be on that couch by themselves wishing they had somebody to talk to. It's right here. I can't hear your voice. I really wish I could. I can't physically talk to you, but we're talking. And we do have streams where I put in a stream link and I say, okay, come on board. You want to talk? Let's talk. Let's do the communication, the connection. When we had our monetization celebration, and just a side note, I am working on little Christmas trees, and I do have one here. I'm working on these, and I've been working on them today. In the month of, we had our monetization celebration in November. Then I told everybody things were going to be a little bit delayed because we were doing a craft show. I learned a lot from, I should have waited to do my monetization celebration in December. And after the monetization, we got through all the prizes and everything, we opened it up for connection. So I thought, we started a connection. We're going to end this with connection. Well, after the monetization celebration happened, we got ready for the craft show. And then in that month, I also injured my knee and my foot. 2 very painful injuries. I have no idea how I was doing it. I did it. I just did it. We had the craft show. And then within that time period, oh, Brazy, thank you so much, hon. You were awesome. Polka, Life, Mary, Nancy, and Life in the Piedmont all got memberships. Thank you so much. And we do have a membership up, and somebody has gifted memberships, which happened twice tonight. We just take a moment and thank them for their gifted memberships.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And just like we always say, it's never expected. It is appreciated. And we love you. We love you, Brazy. We're so thankful. I'm so thankful for your friendship tremendously. And you are in my thoughts and prayers daily. I lift you up. Believe me, girl. We have 2 levels, just in case anybody's wondering. We have a 99 cents level that just helps support the channel. And then we have a $2.99, and that just means that you see videos coming out first to you before anybody else. But within that time period, also, after we had the monetization celebration, probably about 2 weeks after we did, my husband's stepmother unexpectedly passed away. Very unexpectedly. I mean, she was, they went out to dinner and everything, and she had an abscess in her lung. Something happened, and literally she was on the chair with her laptop and her iPad, and she was gone in seconds. I mean, that quick. So, and then we went out of town. Then I had to kind of recover from all that, and then the busyness of having stuff on the channel and doing the lives every day and everything. It's like, so there have been things that needed to get out in the mail to people that won, and they have been delayed because there was just things, and I feel terrible about that. And people said, "Don't worry about it." No, they're gonna go out. This girl will make sure of it. But I've just taken a day or two and finished some of these cute little Christmas trees crocheted. So if you did want anything from the monetization celebration, you are getting one of these in your winnings, just as our little way of saying thank you for your understanding. Thank you for your patience. And these are just Christmas trees, and they're made out of love, because that's what we need to spread. The song that I'm going to be singing for Gail's Southern Living singing competition, or not competition, collaboration, is a song done by Scott saying, "Let It in Your Heart." And I really want to challenge us this next year to do one thing. Let's let Christmas in our heart all year through. It does not mean that it needs to stop because Christmas Day is over with. It needs to happen all year through. We need to keep that Christmas spirit all year through. It takes nothing to extend the word love to somebody and tell them, hey, we're here for you. You don't have to be by yourself. That's what community is all about. And the reason I put the thumbnail up for it the way I did is because I want you to think of something for a second. I want you to think of the fact that way, way long ago, the communities used to be all together, and everybody kind of knew each other's name and knew each other where they were and all that kind of stuff, right? That's not happening today. My next door neighbors are, I see them. I see more of their dog than I see of them, but I don't know a lot of our neighbors. We've lived here for almost since 22. I don't know a lot of them. My mom has an old dear friend in Mansfield. We hang out with her every once in a while. But as far as going out the door, we know our neighbor across the street and all that kind of thing. But do we really know our neighbors? That's the reason I picked the houses all kind of together. You know, we can build a community. And I thought it was so sweet. I almost tried to put it in here today. But there was a dog, and he was this dog, and he was just sweetheart. I think he was a golden lab. And he was just trying to there's a fence, and the owner was watching him tear off the leaves off the fence. There was a bush. He was taking down the leaves, and as he wanted to get to his dog friend, right, across the next fence. And this dog was older, was about 13 or 14 years old, right? And he wanted to see his friend. And finally, they got him all dressed up. They even put one of those little handkerchief things on his, on his neck and everything. Got him all done and everything. Got all snazzed up. And they said this dog was very nice into knowing that. And I'm back, I think. It takes a moment every once in a while. Anyway, do me. Anyway, this dog, right? This dog, and they said it was very gentle and knew that this other dog was like 14 or 15 like 13, 14 somewhere, and needed to, wanted to be a little bit more gentle. This dog was younger. And they said these dogs have become best friends. They can't wait to see each other. They can't wait. I mean, this dog was literally tearing at the branches and tearing the leaves off so he could see his friend at the next thing. He wanted to go see him, and he wanted to go play with him, and he wanted to go just be near him. And I thought, have we done that with our neighbors? Have we done that with the people within our community? What about the people that are raising a child with autism? Guys, I've been there. I've done that. What about when they're 18 years old, or not 18 years old, but by the time I got Christina home from school, and she was in there, you saw her. And if you didn't see her channel pop up, it's Chrissy's Cosplay Wardrobe. So if you all can, those that haven't subscribed to it yet, if you could go subscribe, this mother would be very appreciative. She does a lot of cosplay. She's really, really good at it. I don't know the pain of losing someone you love, but I know how it feels. You never to meet someone you would have loved. It's very sorry for the loss of your aunt and your husband's stuff. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. There's a whole story, and I think that it's my husband's story to tell. I've told it a little bit, and I can tell it. Well, I don't know if it's his story to tell, but I'll tell a little side of it in a moment. But I just thought it was so cool that these dogs were like, couldn't wait to meet each other. And I'm thinking, how often do we need to be able to get to each other? And when Christina was I brought her home, and I had worked from 7 to 3 at an auto mall, and I was tired, and I came home. My husband was disabled at that point, and I was the only one working, and I tried to rest a little bit, and we had stuff going on. Dinner had to be cooked, and then, clean up the kitchen and go to bed and do it all over. And if you know of an autistic individual, one of the first things I ask a mother with an autistic child is, so how is your sleeping? How do you sleep? Usually 100% of the time. I have never give me a minute. I've never come across anybody yet that says, so they sleep wonderfully. Usually they don't sleep very well. And that's very common for those persons with autism. That's why Jordan, which was her service dog, when he was in service for her, was such a godsend because she slept. So I was tired. It was like, you want me to go out and connect? No. And then that happened, and I'm too tired for that. This is why at the time, this would have been a tremendous resource for me to be able to say, listen, I can talk, I can connect, I can feel like there's somebody out there when I'm struggling. And I can't thank everybody for that enough. Now, just understand, when the news came over that in November, one of Josh's relatives messaged me and said, have you heard? I said, what do you mean? Is Josh okay? And I'm thinking, it's his dad. And I'm like, he said, just so you know, Kay passed away, which is his stepmother. And I'm like, I got to go tell him now. And it was so unexpected because I thought his dad was going to go first before she was. I was flabbergasted. And I went through and told him. And Kay was the connection point between my husband and his dad. His dad did not accept him for many, many years. His dad told him he was a mistake. His dad paid the financial end of it, but did not take responsible for the other part of it. He was not in my husband's life. In 2019, my husband reconnected with his sister, and that brought up that when we went to Columbus, when we moved up to Cincinnati, Ohio, we were able to go to his mother's side of the family's Thanksgiving in 2019 for the first time in many years. We also then were invited to his father's side of the family. They also live in Columbus, and we were invited to their side. And as we walked in the door, and I was holding a cake, I almost dropped it on the floor. There was his father. And they said words that needed to be said. He said, I am sorry I wasn't there as a father. I am sorry I didn't know how to be a father. I'm really sorry. And they apologized to each other. And in 2020, we didn't go because, C plus math was around. 2021, we went. He wasn't there. 2022, we went because we go see is his mother's side of the family does, as long as grandma's here, does a thing, and we stay at his aunt's house, and then we go to Thanksgiving on Thursday and the other party on Friday or on Saturday. So in 2022, we went and he was there and Kay was there. And so Josh will send messages to Kay. I know it gets to his dad, but they don't get on the phone and chit chat and talk. But this is a slow process. Michael is a very hard nut to crack. I'm going to say that. But anyway, we brought my daughter. My daughter and her husband had to make a decision for Thanksgiving because she wanted to go to Columbus with us. And of course, she wanted her husband there to go to Columbus with our family to have Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, he had family that he felt he needed to be here for this Christmas because he has some grandparents that are not in the greatest health. So they decided, listen, we going to have plenty of Thanksgivings together, but there's people here in this Thanksgiving that may not be here next Thanksgiving. And we want to make sure that there's no regrets on both sides. So they decided we're going to do that. So my daughter came with us this Thanksgiving. Well, we weren't sure if Michael was going to be there or not because of his wife just recently passing away. And we walked in the door and there's Michael. And Christina, just as a side note, was finally adopted by my husband in April. And there's a whole story. I'm not going into that one tonight. There's a whole story behind that one. And that adoption came through. So legally, Christina's his 100%, right? Well, in the process of all that, all that coming through, right? The process of all that happening, she said to me, she goes, well, what am I supposed to call him? I said, well, she said, can I call him Grandpa? I said, well, you have to ask Dad. She wanted to make sure that it was not going to upset my husband for her to call Michael Grandpa. He said, that's fine. So she didn't want to ask. She doesn't want to do that kind of thing. So my husband finally asked Michael if it was okay. And he said, sure, you can call me Grandpa as long as I'm not late. Don't call me late for dinner. I'm fine with that. So my daughter went over, put her hand on Michael's shoulder and said, hi, Grandpa, I love you. This man who's never even told his son, I love you, looked at his granddaughter now and said, I love you back. Everybody that we told and overheard that, and even heard that Michael was going to allow Christina to call him Grandpa, their mouths went from here to there. My brother, his sister said, Michael, they were floored. And I said, well, Josh, just call him Dad. Don't even ask, just do it. So he didn't feel comfortable with that, but he felt comfortable enough, he was thrilled. I said, he may not have told you he loves you, but he told you indirectly. And we're making little baby steps by forgiving what has happened in the past. I wish I'd had my camera, and to some degree, I'm glad I didn't, because I think it's a memory that just needed to be between him and his dad. The very end, when Michael needed to leave, he was having trouble getting up out of the chair. And my husband took his hand and extended his hand out to his dad and helped lift his dad up. This man who sat there saying, you're a mistake, at one point to him on a phone call when he was older, wasn't in his life. My husband extended his hand and helped his dad up. Guys, we can extend our hand out to so many people and give them the help up that they need. If you're lurking, there's a great word to use, and I guarantee you will have hundreds, or not hundreds, but eventually maybe we'll be there, right? You will have people within my chat say hello. My moderators that are in here, that's why I have Nightbot, so that I can drop links to as well. All right. We have people because we want to be able to get people, people are coming in. We want people to connect. That's why my moderators are dropping links. I tell people, drop them, get people to connect to each other, right? Because we want to be able to have you all start connecting with other channels, especially channels that are doing live format. They are connecting. It is all about extending that hand. Despite what has happened in the past between my husband and his dad, it's in the past. My husband, despite all that he has been through in his life, has one of the biggest hearts I've seen in anybody that has been through a lot of heck and high water. That's why he said to me this past couple of weeks, he said, what can I give the Blessed to Crochet community that I know that they'll appreciate? And he goes, I know exactly what it is. I'm going to give memberships, because I want them to know how much I appreciate the connections they're providing for my wife. And by the way, he had a beautiful in there. Good man, right? And the fact that they're helping my mother-in-law out. And so we can extend our hand out there. That is what it is all about. I'm sorry. Oh, I hope I'm trying not to make you cry, hon. But you know what? Sometimes it's a good thing. And, I think of the people that may not have dads and moms and, family. That is why if you don't have those people in your family, then make a chosen family. And if this is one place that you can have a chosen family, that's wonderful. I know my mama, she'd be happy to be chosen, have more people to love and appreciate, but you can have a chosen family. I didn't have the best dad. I loved my dad, but him and I had sparring words. Believe me, we did. Right? And if it wasn't for the fact that my husband decided to connect to his aunt, and that his aunt was willing to open that door to that family and say, listen, I doubt I'll ever have you get a chance. And this is where, if you don't believe in God, God can move miracles, right? If his aunt had said, no, I want no contact, instead decided to open the door so that my husband can come on in, he would have never met his biological father. That door was shut, and that would have remained shut, and I don't think Michael would have opened it. He was kind of forced to some degree to open it, and he chose to open it. And he could have opened it. Him and my husband could be on the phone, every day. It's Michael who's not doing it. But he's just doing little steps. Remember when I said I never got to meet someone I would love? That's my father. Rose, I understand how that has to be tremendously difficult. Right? I am sorry that you never got to meet your father. And my husband's stepfather was horrible to him. And his dad, who in his life has probably spent, about maybe less than 10 hours with him. He's not the dad that I think my husband would love. But I can tell you this. If there's somebody in your life that you can look at that filled that spot, then accept that as the person that God may have placed in your life to fill it. My husband will often say to most people, I never really got to have a dad, but I got to have the dad in my dad. My dad and I didn't have the greatest relationship, but my husband got the father through my dad. He really did. He'll say, if anybody asks him who his dad is, it isn't Michael. It's my dad. My dad filled that spot for my husband in a very special and powerful way. There's been a pastor that our pastor left the church, but our pastor for the past couple of years has become beside my husband and kind of mentored him and filled that spot a little bit. He had uncles, thankfully, that came in and placed in that spot that his dad did not do. So look around you. Yes, I understand that. I totally get it. I totally get it. And my daughter's father, biological father, they've talked on the phone. He was invited to my daughter's wedding, didn't show up. They have video chatted, and that's about it. She wants nothing to do with him. She looks at my husband and as that's my dad. You ask me, my dad was and my dad was a role model when my husband was in her life. But if you ask who her dad is, that's him. So sometimes God, we can believe in God or not, but this is what kind of way I'm looking at it, is sometimes God protects us in not having certain people within our lives in one way or another. So I understand where you're coming from, that you didn't get to meet him. Yeah, and I totally understand it. I totally get it. And I hope that can I don't think it'll ever be totally healed, but I hope you can get away or get, and that's still very fresh, I may add. I hope you can get to a point, Rose, where you can find peace in that. And that's just going to be in your own time to find peace. You know, I feel like I kind of had my dad in some kind of relationship the last probably 20 years of my life. But then the last 7 were stolen because of the dementia. So, you know, I mean, I can look at the family member that has chosen to say, you know what? I want nothing to do with your family anymore, including my mother. And think, oh my goodness, can I really, honestly, come on, and just think that is tremendously hard. And Rose, I'm going to point you to a resource. If you're not involved with the lifeboat, I would really, for those of people that don't know, the lifeboat is not just a channel that is sobriety. And you may think, oh, well, it deals with sobriety. I don't need the lifeboat. Ones mean that we're praying for you. It's something that we've adopted from the lifeboat. We're praying for you, good vibes. Whatever your belief it is, a way of not dividing somebody from belief. If you do whatever you do, it just kind of all means that, you know what, we're thinking good things, we're passing on good vibes, positive thoughts, that kind of thing. If it's from us, it's prayers. I'm going to encourage you to go check out the lifeboat. Now, they do a lot. Tommy is doing a lot of true crime right now, and he does that. But there's also a lot of sobriety talk, community talk, and people think, when I first got on the channel, in with the channel, and I'm one of the moderators over there, and blessed to be it. I'm a blessed ripple of the lifeboat. And somebody said, I don't need this channel. I'm not an addict. Yeah, I am. I struggle with food addiction. I've done it all my life. It's a lot easier to fill myself with food and then just hide the pain. And I'm figuring that don't work anymore. There's no way of doing that. You have to be able to deal with the pain, as hard as it is. So we all have an addiction to something. We all struggle with something. We're all in the same boat. So that's a great resource and a great community to help bring together when you're dealing with something. It's a great support. It's where I found a lot of my chosen family. The girl that we're going to be crafting with tomorrow, and let me bring that up real quick while I'm doing everything. The girl that I'm doing the live stream with tomorrow, you will see Crafty Witch. Her husband is Jason, and I call Jason a brother. I call Tommy a brother. I don't have any brothers or sisters, but I can make them. I can do chosen, right? And that's exactly what I do. Okay. Right. I don't have any of the white ones because I don't think I can. Right. If you want to craft with us, hi, no face. Not late. You arrived just when you're supposed to be here. Right. Anyway, tomorrow, if you're going to craft along while we're doing this, a busted canvas, you will need an 8x10 stretch canvas. Okay, you can get these at Dollar Tree, by the way. It doesn't have 8x10 stretch canvas. You are going to need an art canvas that is not stretched. Thin one, just a regular one, 8x10. Okay, because, hi Alfonso, because we're going to be kind of doing this. Okay, this is the way it is going to be. If for some reason you can't find the flat canvases, you could just get two, and this is a black one, but I've got more white ones down there. You could do two of these canvases together of the stretched. I would just find some way of putting like cardboard or something behind it to give it some support. I'm not going to use, I said I wasn't going to get craft or scrapbook paper, right? But this was on sale at the Walmart for $4.99 for something. And I thought, oh, well, I'll just pick it up because it was cheap. But then I have some scrapbook paper. I have some out in the garage, but I don't want to dig it out. I'm going to also be getting some other of my craft supplies that I'm going to use beside. I am so excited to hear that. Alfonso, I am so excited to hear that. So I'm going to use some other things in my craft stash beside scrapbook paper. You're going to need, if you want to pick up any ornaments, you can get this all at the Dollar Tree. Any kind of ornaments or any kind of place or something you already have. Ornaments to kind of go, if you just have to remember that you're going to have to peel some of this crochet canvas. That didn't hurt, guys. Canvas away. So you kind of want it sitting in the middle. You don't want to get it too big and then it's not going to fit. You could use a gift bag. You could use a picture. You could use an ornament. You could use a gift bag. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Get some ribbon. Get some Mod Podge, usually at the wonderful Dollar Tree. I think I bought one. I think it's in here. They will have a little bottle of the Mod Podge, right? So you can get the Mod Podge for $1.25 at the at the Dollar Tree. So get the Mod Podge, right? I'm going to use some other things beside the scrapbook paper, and some other things to put around it. Get some ribbon. I'm going to go through my craft stash literally and pull out some things. You could even use the stuffing that you use to stuff the, which I know Crafty has tremendously. If you all haven't, you can't find, well, I can, this is the person that did it, Jake Hudson. And if you go through his list, you'll see Blessed to Crochet on there. If you can use the can't think what it is, the stuffing, like if she stuffs amigurumi, so the polyfilm, whatever, you could use that if you were trying to replicate snow. Here's her channel. You could do sparkles. I've got some extra disco balls, so I'm going to be having an idea with the disco balls, and I got to get a couple mocha. I did get, I think it's over there someplace. Let me see if I can pull it up. Maybe I got some other stuff in here, and I don't want to show you everything. That's what I looked the other day. I've got presents. We're going to wrap some presents on Thursday. I did show these the other day, so I will show you. If I can find them. Are they in here? No, they're not in here. Let's see if I can find them. Okay, these. If it's not up there, Jaden, then you would have to reach out to Jake and ask him. I don't know if he hasn't posted it or not, but that's where he did the song. And if you go in his videos, you'll see our song on his list. I got these, so I did show these. So we're going to use these. I did get some extra canvases, or Jaden, I'm sorry. We did get some extra canvases. Hi, Kristen. How are you, my sis? He's finally asleep. I'll tell my nephew when he wakes up that I love him. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Chosen family. Are you at the North Pole with Santa? Please ask. Yes, I have a list of names I like to change from my Latin list. And I said, I will. I'll pass it on, Alfonso. There's our crafty witch. So she can see one of the things that I bought, right? For our little event tomorrow. I'm looking so forward to that. Hi, Jason P. There's my brother. I got some disco balls going for tomorrow night too. So again, get a stretch canvas, get a flat canvas. You'll need this. We're going to be doing 3. So we're going to be doing 3. Hold on, guys. I'm doing something. You'll see you were upgraded, Crafty. Anyway, you will see that you'll need these 2. And we're doing 3. So look through your craft stash. Right? Look through your craft stash. Look through all of that kind of thing and be able to see what you can use. That's what I'm going through. I've got some logs, like wooden log things I'm going to do, and so forth. So start looking through your craft stash. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. You could even use yarn if you want to use yarn, right? And you can start being able to do this. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. I'm doing 3. And I also, by the way, made Crafty's cookies tonight. And let me tell you, they were a big hit. They're a dangerous hit. Somebody's been upgraded. I'm glad to upgrade you. You deserve it. That way, if Jason can't be here, then you can represent. You can represent. I'm glad to do it. But we're going to have fun tomorrow. And again, guys, this is all about crafting and connection. These are people that I have met through the lifeboat and that I call sister and brother. And this is what chosen family is called, right? This is what we have to realize. We can choose our family. You know, I know that if I was having a rough day, right, I can go to any one of those people. I could go to Kristen who has a son with autism, and that's why we connected in the way we did. Jason, anybody, and I can go say, hey, I'm struggling. I'm going to say this. I did this Christmas connection because I really thought that I'd be coming to you sometime within this time saying, Patty's gone. There's no joke about it. I mean, she was going downhill. She still is, but she was going fast. We got news from the doctor the other day that said she's not in. She's got a couple weeks. She's not in. She's got a couple years, but she's in the middle, which means she probably has about another 6 to 8 months here, which is a lot longer than we thought. But I thought I was going to be coming to you, right? And I was going to need the support, because the last thing that I wanted to think of is I've already lost a father on New Year's Day and a grandfather on New Year's Eve. Those are 2 really hard days for me. And I'm trying to separate the day from the people, and it's just really, really hard. And my therapist is trying to help me do that. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it, right? But beside that, I knew that if the news came through that she had, I was going to need everybody's support, because it was going to be hard enough. And I thought, I'm going to go into New Year's Eve and New Year's Day different than I have any other year. I'm going to go in it trying to party, because when you're listening to all the fireworks outside, right? It's 11:50. We're around my grandfather, 97. He's gone. My dad passed in a respite care center because we couldn't be with him because we all had the C+ math. So we got the phone call in 2021 on New Year's Day at 12:30 in the morning a.m. He's gone. So when I hear those fireworks go off around about 11:30 to 1 o'clock, the last thing I want to do is hear him, because that was a very difficult time. 2 separate years, but a very difficult time. But I'm going to go into it differently than I have before. I did it with my birthday. My birthday is around Father's Day. Very hard time. But I did my birthday and had a bunch of fun. And guess what? The entire day, I really didn't focus on the fact that my dad wasn't here. That was part of my day, but it did not consume my whole day. Now, this year, we're kind of having to do things a little differently, because usually what we do New Year's Day or New Year's Eve is we put a bunch of snacks around, we watch movies, and we tend to just snack through the night and, enjoy, chips and dip and this and that and whatever. Well, this year we're going to have to just rearrange it a little bit, and we're going to have to do that activity on, mostly because of financial reasons, we're going to have to do that activity on New Year's Day. But that's fine. And don't worry, we'll still put out the food, and that's fine for New Year's Day. Instead, we'll make it New Year's Day and put out all the food out on the table, and just let everybody snack, and we'll watch a movie, and we'll have a dessert, and that'll be it. I'm going to celebrate the New Year's Eve with my family here, which is right here. Okay? We're going to celebrate it. We're going to get through it together. And I know that one day, those 2 men, I will walk in the middle, and we will walk the streets of gold together. And I will physically be able to walk with my grandfather, which I never could do here on earth. He had multiple sclerosis. I never was able to walk with my grandfather, but I will one day. And I will walk with my dad, and he will know my name, and we will never have to say goodbye again. And I am very grateful for that day. Hopefully it's many, 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 many years down the road, but I'm going to be grateful when it happens. So until then, let's stretch out that hand, right? Let's build the community, and you can do it through this. Hold on. Through this thing we call YouTube, right? If we think of our YouTube channels the way I started it out, the head, the mind, is the community tab. It's the brains, to some degree, of what is going on their channel. Are they doing channel shoutouts? Are they connecting with people? Are they telling their community what's going on? Are they sharing out other channels and other videos? What's going on in a community tab? That's the brain. The heart is the live streams. That is where you're physically connecting, making friends, and having all that wonderful connection happening, right? The arms and legs are the videos. Those are the videos that come out. Those are the live streams after they're done. That's the replay crew. That's the part of it. The shorts are the accessories. When you meet somebody, your first inclination is not, oh, nice shoes. No, you're looking at their face, hopefully, and their eyes. So if we think of the accessories up by their face, the shorts, the accessories, their shirt and all that, their earrings or their hat, whatever it may be, right? Their smile. We think of the name of the channel as their shoes. It's one of the last things you're going to look at. I don't hardly ever go up to anybody going, nice shoes. Oh, hi, how you doing? It'd look awful weird if we did that, right? So that's what I'm saying. If you think of looking maybe at their shoes, which is the name of their channel, at the very last, it is something that if you don't notice it, it won't matter. If the community, if the brain, the heart, arms and legs, and the accessories all work together, the shoes are probably going to be the last thing you're going to look at. Right? And it don't matter. What about the socks? Some people you can see their socks and some people can't. And I'm glad to meet the community too as part of the Tuber Chat. It helped me a lot, and I 100% agree. I think it's a great resource for new content creators. I think it's a wonderful thing. And I'm going to say this: do we do anything perfectly? No. My computer does its thing sometimes. Sometimes it wants to work right. Sometimes it doesn't want to work right. And we just keep going. We're not going to do everything perfect, but it's all about the community that's being built. And if my computer ever slows me down or tells me it's going to kick me off for a minute, I just want y'all to remember to continue to chat in the chat. You know, if people come in, and to me, I don't ever turn this thing on for the purposes of getting the, somebody dropping memberships or somebody dropping super chat or somebody becoming a member. If those happen, they're wonderful. I turn on the lives and turn on the community because I want you all connecting in within the chat. I want you all having a place to come and connect with, because I don't want to see anybody sitting on that couch like I did, not having a place to go. I just want you all to remember how important it is. And I guess for myself, when you haven't had something that has literally been a change, such a switch on, right? It's been such it night and day turn in my mental and my physical. And I'm still a fibromyalgia patient, but it does help me in my day. When that turn happened in such a powerful way, I'm going to preach it to the rooftop to y'all, right? Now, we're going to take a moment before we leave here, because I think it's poignant for those people that haven't heard this song. If I can get my computer to like me for 2 seconds, I'd appreciate it. Thank you, computer. I want you all to take a moment and listen to those people that haven't heard Scott Thompson sing this song yet. I want you to go through as soon as I can see what my computer is deciding to do for a second. Are we going to just participate in it? Oh, I think wrong. And I want you to be proud of being yourself. I'm proud of you. You need to be proud of yourself. We are going to make a merch shirt soon that said, be proud of being yourself. It's something we end our stream with every time, right? Be proud of being yourself, because everyone else else is taken. And it is so, so, so true. I want you to realize that Scott did his music. He literally went from, he was self-taught. He was blind. So he went from listening to a song, he went to the piano and played it. And this is, it says, sometimes the road may be dark. But it doesn't need to be dark, and it doesn't need to be without, having that community base with you. But you need to be in a position to, and it's taken me, I'm not going to tell you how old I am. I'm trying to get my computer to do something. I don't know what it's trying to do. It's taken me many, many years of my life to get to the point where I can say I'm proud of being me. And I'm going to stand tall and proud of that. And I want you, the people that haven't heard this song yet, take it, listen to it. May motivate you to look at yourself in a very different way. And I hope it does. And us as a community can help you get to that point where we can say we're proud of being you and so forth. So I hope that you'll enjoy this.
I know that to you, it looks like I'm down and out. And to you I might seem the picture of fear and doubt. Take another good look, for there's something that you just don't see. That I'm so proud of being me. I know that I've left some beautiful things behind, but I look round the bend and who knows what I might find. What's the difference as long as the spirit inside me is free? And I'm so proud of being me. Does that put an end to those questions you have and all those well-meaning suggestions you have? For I've got to find my own special dream, for the Lord made me that way. The road may be dark and lonely as I go along, but there'll always be that feeling of hope in my song. I don't care what they say, for I'll make out okay. Wait and see, for I'm so proud that my head is on board. I'm not one of the crowd, you see, but I'm so proud of being me. I don't care what they say, for I'll make out okay. Wait and see, for I'm so proud that my head is on board. I'm not one of the crowd, you see, but I'm so proud of being me.
All right, I'm back. I'm back. I have, like I said, we've got a computer that is a little on the older side, and I love it for the most part. It stayed together when I needed it to, a few minutes, but I pulled out the Chromebook and decided to hop on. I have a son-in-law who's great with computers, and I will be eventually getting him to build one, but it is about a $900 expense. It's just not in the budget right now, but it will be eventually. This is a computer that's worked, but it's not one that's continue to work. But I really hope that song gets here. It's what it is intended for it to do. It is what I hope that it will get it to be exactly what I hope that for you all will really get hit your heart. You don't have to. I look at it from a very special way, but I look at it to say, I'm going to be proud of who I've been made to be. I'm going to love who I'm made to be. I'm going to stand proud. You don't have to be you don't have to walk this path alone. You don't have to suffer in silence, but you need to say to yourself, I'm proud of being me. That is why we're going to have a shirt that says proud of being me, right? Lyrics, or proud of being me because everyone else is taken. We will have that in the new year. That's the proud of being me is going to be our mantra throughout the entire year, carrying that Christmas season in our hearts through the entire year. It's why when I said to Scott, I'm not going to hold a candle to your singing, he said, I can't wait to hear you sing because I'm just going to be proud that you're going to be singing right along with me. Guys, you are awesome rock stars. The disco ball saying is so true. Disco balls are made up of hundreds of pieces of broken glass. You're not broken. You're a disco ball. Stand proud in who you are. Realize that there are connection points happening all through YouTube. You have it within your community, but if something happens in your life and you don't have that for one reason or another, do not feel ashamed in the least for having your YouTube community to be there to help prop you up if you need it. To be chosen as a chosen family. This is why we're here. I'm so blessed for all the new people. It's why I decided to play that song. We play it on a pretty rate, at least once or twice a month, because I think that people enjoy it so much. Like I said to Scott, your music is going to get heard. He is now in his 70s. He had an injury about 10 years ago that made him unable to play anymore. But like you heard in the recording at the very beginning, I want my music to be heard. It means so much to me, and we're going to do that. This is a man that could have been as good as or better, in my opinion, as Scott Thompson or as Stevie Wonder or as equivalent to. It never happened, right? But we can still make sure his music is heard. He was such a special man in my life. Like I said, he is not an uncle, but he is a chosen uncle by absolutely. And I remember going to to his places where he would play and literally being absolutely loving it because I would just be dancing right along with this music and listening to it. And he used to say, my tip jar is always fuller when you're there beside me. And he always used to call me his good luck charm. What special memories I have. What a dear friend. And he lives in Florida, so we'll probably never see him again here on this earth, but I am so glad that he was in my life. He actually met my mother and him met. There is a song I will be releasing soon that Scott did for my mother, "Warmer in the Rain." That was a song that he made for her. But we're going to be doing High Grow Joyfully. We're going to be doing that song and releasing, but they actually met up where we live now. and they had a house, and they met, and my grandmother met, and then they moved down to Florida, and they remained friends. So it was because of the meeting up where we live now, and they were friends for many, many years, the Thompsons. And so what a great friendship to have had, and I'm so glad that I could be blessed with it throughout my whole life, and have wonderful opportunity to know a really neat guy. And I hope the little video that we heard beforehand of Scott talking, you kind of get the idea of why I said he's just, there's a song I'm going to be released, and it's not one of his favorites, but it's called It's Never Too Late to Do Your Thing. And boy, if you want to talk about being back in the 70s, whew, so life is a gas. It's hysterical. So I think we're going to release that one. I think that would be a good one to release on November or December 31st. Never too late to do your thing. So if you're new here and you haven't watched our content yet, some of it, go back and watch some of it. I think there's a lot of good chock full information. We also did a live stream with my daughter and her former behavioral therapist. That may be some helpful information for those that are raising children with autism. If you became a channel member tonight, or you are a channel member, we are so grateful for all our channel members. It does help to support the channel. And again, there are 2 members only videos we have up. We'll be doing that every Christmas as our way of saying thank you to our members. It's never expected. It is always appreciated when it does happen. And so we just want to take a moment and thank all of our channel members.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And yes, the very first part of that clip is of Scott Thompson doing his wonderful thing of, did you ever, I think the song is, Have You Met Miss Jones? And that is him actually, that little section is him playing the piano, and you think this man can't see the organ, but man, whew, he can fly through that. So that little part is Scott Thompson. And he has also given us permission, of course, to use all of his music and spread the word. And that is what we are doing. So we hope that you'll join us tomorrow for our busted canvas. Again, the supply list is on our channel. We will be co-streaming on this channel and Crafty's channel. But the supply list you'll need is on this channel. I did put it in. Go through your craft stash. That's what I'm doing. I did get some things, but a lot of stuff I'm going to be going through my craft stash. If you did win anything for the monetization, we are on the home stretch of that all. Again, we're working to get those little Christmas trees done, just as a little way of putting something in the package, and we're going to get all those out. Tomorrow is computer day here at Blessed to Crochet, so we're going to be getting back to emails and all that kind of stuff. We really appreciate everybody's patience. There's a lot of stuff that happened in November. Amongst the out of town and the craft show and the unexpected passing of my husband's stepmother, before that, I was on crutches for about a month, or about 3 weeks in there. I was just walking. I have a knee that acts up every once in a while, and that hit. And then I got off the crutches, and then I did something to my foot, and I was on crutches for another week, and that was extremely painful. Well, its time is 9:00 p.m. here. So it's going to be 7:00 Eastern tomorrow. And if you go and you set up, and if you go to our lives, you'll see it, and you'll be able to set up a notification to be able to be notified when it's coming on. So you can set up a notification, but it is 9:00 here, and it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern. So, you could figure out it's going to be roughly 3, 12, 15. Everybody said there'd be no math. 22 hours from now, I think that's about right. But if you go to our lives, you'll see it for tomorrow. It'll say crafty, and maybe if you set the notifications, maybe the YouTubes will be gracious enough to extend them out. We'll give it a try. I'm gonna be getting off here. My computer decided to restart itself again, so we're gonna get my computer up and running. Gonna do Advent 15, 16, and 17 tonight and get that up for you all. So if you all missed that, we can get those. We really have been enjoying that. It's an Advent calendar, Advent journal. And then on the 19th, we're going to do another Advent with Mama at Blessed to Crochet. And then sometime, we love doing paint pour here at Blessed to Crochet. It's one of the other things that I enjoy doing tremendously. And I'm going to have Mama do one with you all, with me, to show you that you do not have to know what you're doing to paint pour, and you can never mess it up. So I don't know what night that will be, but we're going to do paint pour with Mama at Blessed to Crochet. So if you all haven't paint poured, it's a very wonderful, relaxing, and you can't mess it up. But I want to prove to you that by somebody that's never done it before, and I figured out we'll do it. We did some Christmas ornaments recently that I have to finish up, and I said to somebody, I'm actually looking forward to I'm going to be needing a vacation after Christmas. But we were determined to make sure that we did the connection thing every day for y'all. It's just so, so important. So let me give a big shout out again to Tuber Chat. Thank you so much for sending people my way tonight. He is an awesome supporter, and Kevin does awesome, and we're thankful for him. So glad I found his channel. And I just want to give him another shout out and just thank him so much. This was so, so needed. Hi, Cloud Kicker. How are you? This was so needed tonight, and I really, again, appreciate his support. We also have a Lighthouse Beacon group. It's a Facebook group for more support and connection. We also have, if anybody wants to still do a cookie recipe, and I'm late on the cookie recipe today, but I will get it up before I go to bed tonight. I promise y'all. You can submit that. We do have a special group set up on Facebook for those people that have submitted a cookie recipe, for the connections to really stick there. And on our link tree is a bunch of our links, plus the links to our Facebook group, which is the Lighthouse Beacons, because we all can be beacons of light. And that is another way of being able to yes, Crate, I'm glad you found the Tuber Chat. That's another way of finding out. I think it's under Island Tree. Trying. What are you going to try? I think that's it. That's another way to be able to get all of our links is in one place. The cookie connection is there. I'm not sure if it was tonight. We got several ones that were given out tonight. And so my husband gave out some, Brazy Girl gave out some others. So we're so thankful. If Linktree doesn't pop up, if you go to our main channel, you'll see the Linktree. You can go there and you will see, yes, I did. And I think that's the one I'm going to upload tonight. I haven't done one yet, but I think that's what I'm going to upload tonight. So I'm going to do that before I go to bed. But if you haven't, I think that was Linktree. I don't think it's iLink. I don't think that's it. I thought it was Linktree. It's not. It's deciding it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. I wonder if I did. Let's see. Hold on a second. If you need, I think that's why. Let's try that one. If not, I will. Is it going to work? I've got to get these all down on paper, so I've got them. Anyway, if you go to the link tree, it's on our page on our channel, and you can click on that. You'll find the Lighthouse Beacons. You'll find the Facebook group there. You'll find the Facebook group for the cookies. You'll find the cookie form there. We're accepting those things. That cookie connection, blessed 24, hashtag blessed 24 cookie connection, hashtag blessed cookie connection 24. I'll get it right. That one is in honor of my dad. He loved cookies. So I am so excited. Those have just been so fun to do. And we're going to do that every year. We're going to be starting to get people that want to submit recipes next year. We're trying to do some things on the channel just to make sure that we can incorporate people that don't have content on their channel. They can still be a part of making, putting in things and submitting them and so forth. So we're trying to do that where we can. Anyway, that's kind of the scoop. I hope everybody had fun tonight. I hope of everybody thinking of it in a little bit differently than maybe they did before. Maybe thinking of connections, maybe thinking, oh, there it was. It's under eye length. There's the Linktree thing. Maybe looking at connection a little bit differently. Maybe looking at how you look at YouTube channels a little differently. Looking at making sure you're looking at their heart and what's going on in the head first, as a good indicator to what the channel is going to be doing. And so that may be a nice place to be able to have it. I hope that you'll maybe look at their shoes last, look at their name last, so that you can, pay attention to what's going on so you can get to know the channel. Because sometimes if you look at their name and think, oh, I don't crochet, you may be missing out on a great place for connection. And let's keep connecting throughout the holiday season. So what I say when we end our show is this: keep connecting. Stay connected, you all. It is so important. Remember, we got you covered. Just like Scott said, thanks for having us covered. You are the blessing behind Blessed to Crochet. Please never forget that. We love each and every one of you. We pray for you. You are so important to us, and we're so, so grateful. We reached 1250 tonight. We're hoping to get to 1300. So if you have a channel, spread it out. We try again to do daily shout outs, and we'll be getting back to that shortly. Remember to be proud of being yourself, because everyone else is taken. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining in. This was a bunch of fun, and I hope you'll come back and see us again and participate in community. It is really, really important. And I thank my computer. I'm thankful that my computer did as well as it did tonight. It did really good. I was like, it did good. So anyway, thank you so much, and have a great night, you all. And we'll see you. Day 16 is no, is it 17 already? Oh my Lord. Is it 17 or 16? It's 16. Day 16 is in the tank, right? Day 17 is tomorrow, I think. Yeah, day 17 is tomorrow. That's for Christmas Connection, day 17. And we will see you on day 17 tomorrow, and we'll be looking forward to crafting with Crafting Witch tomorrow. So have a great night, you all. Thanks for hopping in, and we'll see you all later. Stay connected, y'all.
So proud of being